Hello everyone, my name is Jacob, and today I shall be building the Korean K-2 Black Panther tank in Minecraft. Alright, so the K-2 is the South Korean main battle tank. It is the most recent one, the newest one. I believe they started producing them in 2013, so it's pretty much the last generation tank. So it's sort of a very interesting tank. I'm not really familiar with the Far East sort of military vehicles, but this seemed like a very cool tank to build. It uses the same gun, the same Rheinmetall gun that most of the modern tanks use. It is obviously designed to sort of supplement the K-1 tank, which is also in service with South Korea. It is supposed to replace the Patton tank, I believe, that they had laying around still. It is considered to be a very modern tank. They are also quite expensive. I believe they're mostly domestically built in South Korea, except for maybe the power plants and the guns. Although I think they are also trying to put those into production of their own. So it uses some sort of composite modern sort of armor, it is also it's got this interesting sort of I don't know what I would call it. It's sort of like a weird turret or whatever that's used for crossing rivers, I guess, for going underwater basically. It's like a mast on a submarine, and it's this thing back here. They sort of extend it. It's sort of like a tunnel of some description, and it provides dry area from the tank to the surface of the water. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that before. So basically, the tank goes on the bottom of the water basin, I guess, or on the bottom of the river, and then this sort of mast is sort of extended all the way to the top. That's pretty cool. That's one interesting thing that I've seen about this tank. It's got this interesting turret also that's very long, very sort of not very tall, interestingly shaped. But overall, quite an interesting tank. It is a sort of a conventional design with the engine in the back. So nothing incredibly special there, but it has a lot of technology. So anyway, I think it is time that we build this thing. Oh yeah, also I didn't mention that the Koreans use this really cool sort of camouflage with the white, sort of dark yellow and green, and I wanted to recreate that. I've sort of obviously gone for a bigger pattern because I can't really go smaller than that, but it's sort of this sort of colors, and it really distinguishes it from all of the other tanks that we have here. Okay, so we're gonna start with the wheels, I guess, and the tracks. So let's just build it over here. So I believe it has actually 6 running wheels. The real one has, but obviously if I want to do that and space them, I would have to make it incredibly long. So I've gone for 4 here, we've got the drive wheel in the back and the idler in the front, and both of them are somewhat exposed. I'm just gonna build it out of the green, and then we're gonna add maybe some camo if we've got any time. We're gonna have some stone slabs in between here, so 3 like this. Okay, and then we're also gonna have some carpet, some gray carpet. We're gonna put that in between our wheels on the bottom, and then we're gonna have some black sort of blocks, like some black concrete will do, and we're gonna put them at the end like that and like this. Okay, and that's pretty much our track. It is sort of quite simplistic looking, sort of like the M1 tank. Just got some big wheels sort of spaced apart, nothing really incredibly fancy about that. I'm sure the internals of the suspension are quite fancy, but on the outside it doesn't look that fancy, and that's pretty much always a good thing when it comes to tanks. If they are the simpler they are, the better, probably, because you do not want to have trouble with a very complex tank in the field, I can imagine. So let's build the other track. Well, we're gonna do it exactly the same, like this, and then we're also gonna have some green blocks on the side like that. Perfect. Alright, just for reference, we can count how long this thing is. So that's 11 blocks total of the chassis, and then the gun barrel has an additional 5 blocks on top of that, so we can have a general idea. We're also running a 5 block width. Okay, so now that we've got this, we can just fill this pretty much in. I'm just gonna do it with the green blocks, and then we're gonna add what we need later, and just remove some of the blocks. So I guess we're gonna start on the front. On the front, we're gonna have a couple of lights, like so, on the very front bottom. We're also gonna have some green carpet covering our wheels. Let's just replace like the gray carpet with it, like this. Okay, and then we're gonna start to increase the height of the chassis about 2 blocks in from the front, or actually 3 blocks in if you count the tracks there. And we're gonna go back an additional of 4 blocks like this. There we go. And we're just gonna fill this in. We're gonna deal with the third later. Okay, so we've got that part, and then after that we're gonna go on to move into blocks. So just add 3 rows of blocks all the way to the back, and here we have our basic shape of the chassis. And then we're gonna deal with the sort of details of the chassis. We're gonna have some note blocks. They're gonna go on the very back, so obviously they're gonna be our engine radiator, like that, and we're also gonna extend them over like this, I believe. Yep. Okay, that's perfect. We're also gonna have some lights on the back, because why not? Even though it's a tank, it can sometimes drive on the roads. So can it drive on the road? Can tanks drive on the road? I don't know. I guess they can, but the question is if they destroy it, if they destroy the road or not. I would imagine if they put like the rubber sort of slippers on the tracks, they don't destroy the road, but they could destroy the road just by the sheer mass, because nothing weighs as much as a tank. even like a truck, a tractor truck with a trailer, I guess would be similar weight, but it would have a much larger surface area maybe. Although this thing has tracks, so it shouldn't really have that much trouble. I don't know, honestly. I reckon they probably can drive on the road. Of course, it depends on what kind of road. They won't be driving on like a small country road, because they will definitely destroy that. I'm just putting some stone brick stairs down at the back here. But like a highway maybe, they would definitely work on a highway. Anyway, they're not designed to drive on the road anyway, so what doesn't matter. Okay, this is pretty much our chassis built. So let's move on to our turret. Now that's quite it's quite a complex and busy looking turret, so we're gonna try to make it as simple as possible. So we're gonna start with having some blocks here in a 3x3 area, and then on top of that we're gonna have the actual turret, and it's gonna go back towards these blocks here on the back. We're also gonna have let's see, some stairs on the very back like this. Just have 3 of those. Okay. We're also gonna have a sort of a storage rack, I guess, storage thing on the back of the turret. So it's sort of made of this, I don't know what I would call it. Looks like this fence pretty much. Sort of this, I don't know, fence thing goes around, and also houses the mast or whatever it's called for submerging the tank that I was talking about before. So it has a sort of a special place for it on the right side of the turret. So I've made that, I've allocated that, and then we're gonna have some slabs underneath here like that, and then on top of that we're gonna have a ender portal thing, ender portal block. There it is, ender portal frame. That's gonna go on top, just to represent a sort of a hollow extendable thing. Okay, so that's pretty much for our it for our back of the turret. And then on the sides we're gonna have some oak trapdoors. Just gonna go here, here, and we can add another row here like this. We're also gonna have some on the other side. Perfect. Okay. Once we've done this, we can do the rest of the turret. So we're gonna have some more green blocks like that, and then we're gonna just have a one sort of wide extension there. Alright, and then we're gonna have some stone slabs on the sides like this, like that, and then here as well. And this is gonna be stone brick stairs. Actually, on that side we're gonna have a viewing port, so we're only gonna have a stair on this side like so. Okay. And then from here on it's the gun. So it goes out quite a ways. That's too much. Okay. So on the left side we're gonna have a sort of a viewing port for I guess the commander. So we're gonna have a stair on the side, so like this. There we go. And then we're gonna have a slab on the top there, and then we're also gonna have a slab. It's gonna be another brick slab, and that's gonna go inside like this. There we go. Okay, there's our viewing port. We're also gonna have a daylight detector on top, like this. So right in front of the viewing port in the middle. And then we're gonna have some more stuff. So we're gonna have a machine gun. That's gonna be made of an anvil, and also, if I can find it, an end rod. So that's gonna go on the right side behind this stair right here, and the barrel is gonna be made out of the end rod. Perfect. Okay. We're also gonna have a stone pressure plate that's gonna go in the middle, right behind the daylight sensor. We're also gonna have an iron trapdoor that's gonna represent our hatch. That's gonna go there, and then on the back we're also gonna have an oak trapdoor, sort of up, and it's gonna be right in the middle. This, there we go. And I think that is it for our turret. We're also gonna have a stair right behind here, like this, like this. Okay. And yeah, I think that's probably it for our turret. Did I mess up the length of the barrel? No, I think it's actually alright. Okay, so that's good. That's pretty much it, except for some camo. But I think I'm probably gonna leave this one as is, because it looks kind of cool. So if you want to make it camo, you're welcome to do that. Just use some yellow and white blocks and you should be absolutely fine. I've also forgotten to put a piece of green carpet on top of our gun barrel, so right here. And we're also gonna need an item frame with a black block at the end there. And I think that is probably it for our K-2 Black Panther tank. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. This is a really cool tank. Didn't really know much about it. I still don't know very much about it, but found that it is quite cool. So if you're interested, definitely read up on it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my other videos, and I will see you next time.